Good afternoon. My name is Elizabeth Yeager and I live in Australia, although my accent is Irish. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 5 years. Welcome to my first video that I'm going to do today. Over the next 12 weeks, and yes, it's only 12 weeks to Christmas, I'm going to do a free project each week that you can see me do on this format, and you will also be able to find the instructions on my website craft.yeager.net.au. Today I'm going to use this beautiful DSP to make this card. So I just wanted to show you the DSP. It is absolutely stunning. It is called Beauty of the Earth Designer Paper. DSP is short for designer paper. Comes in lots of different colors. It's 12 by 12 or 30.5 square. One side is like that, of this one, and then it's got a wooden side on the other. This one is the one I'm using today, and on the other side it's just green. There is this one which I will probably use next time with some clouds in the background. There is this one, which is a little Christmassy on the other side. Then beautiful autumn colours or early spring. And it's got this on the other side. And then we've got this with green on the other side. Now on the back of this, on the back piece of cardboard, you will see that it says Beauty of the Earth Designer Series paper, and it gives you an idea of all the different colours that can go with your Designer Series paper. So today I'm going to use Early Espresso. Now I've had a few new demonstrators ask me, how do you know what size to make your card? Well, here in Australia it's pretty simple. We use centimetres, but we are fairly versatile. We often talk about 12 by 12 square paper as well. So I'm going to make this card, and I wanted to show you how I use it. So this is a A4 size piece of paper, and this is Early Espresso. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it. It's 21 centimeters wide, so I'm going to score it at 10.5. So the grey little knob here on my cutter is the scorer, and the dark brown one is the cutter. So I'm going to put it in at the top at 10.5. I'm going to score right down to the bottom, and then I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to do this at about 14.85 or 14.9, and I'm going to cut it. Now that I've cut it, I've got two pieces that I can use. Okay. So I'll take that off the cutter and move my cutter out of the way. So this is my piece that I can use, and I will fold it in half, and I can burnish along this side of it. So this is my card base that I'm going to use. Now, for my card, very often when I'm planning a card, I make then, if I'm going to do layers, I will make the next layer about 0.5 smaller. So this will be my next layer, and then the DSP will be my top layer. Now, as you can see, this beautiful metallic, brushed metallic cardstock comes in 3 colours. It comes in, I've got a little sample here, copper, gold, and bronze. So you can see that it comes in 3 beautiful colours. So I'm going to use the gold today. So I've cut my metallic gold, 14.3 by 10. Now, because this will be going on top of it, I don't want to waste what I've got in here because it's not going to be seen. So what I've done is I've pre-cut this one just so that you can see. I've cut a rectangle out of the middle, and you can see that I can use this bit here for another card later on. So I'm just left with this. And basically what happens is that my DSP fits on top beautifully like that, and you can't actually see the hole in the back when I put it on my cardstock. So I'm going to put that on first. So I get my tape, I'm going to run it up the side, across the top, down the other side, and along the bottom. And I'm going to place it on my gold, just like that. So that is the first little bit done. Now this will go onto my card front like this, and I can actually do that right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another strip on the back, which you will notice is white, and I'm going to put that on the front of my card like so, just making sure that it's straight. I'm happy with where I've placed it. And that is the first bit of my front of my card. Now I'm going to put, this card's going to be fairly simple. I'm going to, because you can't really write on the espresso brown, I'm going to put a white piece of cardstock in here. And this is 10 by 14.3. And it looks a bit plain on its own. So this is a strip that I have cut off my 12 by 12, and I'm going to place that down the side. So what I'm going to do is just put some glue up the back of the strip and put it along the right hand side of my card like that, and turn that over and add my tape on the tape runner in the back and place that in my card. And that's the inside of my card ready. And you can see that just takes away the plainness of it, and it also coordinates very well with the front. Now, I want to add a sentiment to the top. So you can see what I've done here. I never waste anything, so a little offcut that I have of the gold I will use for my behind this, and I've got some pretty gold trim here that I'm going to use as well. So I'm going to put some gold trim on first. So I'm getting because I know I'm going to put my sentiment up here at the top, I just put a little bit on there, and I get my gold trim and I stick that around like in a circle, and down the side. This just holds it in place and up, and I'm just going to trim it right there. So that's on there, and you can see that there's still some glue there. Now with my gold piece, I am going to cut this, and I will cut it about 2 centimeters across like that there. And I've got some dimensionals here, and I'm going to put this on the back. So basically this is going to go right on the edge there, like that. And I want it to be angled, so I'm just going to trim a little bit off the edge like that. So that's going to go on. So I use my dimensionals on the back of this. 1, 2, 1 up there, 1 there, and I think I'll put 1 in the center. And I'm just going to place this on my card. Very, very simple. So I'm just going to place it right there like that. I'm pretty happy with that. So that's the first part. Now I never get rid of my little scraps of paper. In fact, what I do with them is I get a plastic sleeve and I put all my scraps in and I label the plastic sleeve with the colour. And I keep these all separate so that when I only want a little scrap, I can go and look in this and see. So you can see in here, I've got a full sheet and then I've got some offcuts that I can use to actually make my cards. So I'm going to use this. I am a bit of a fan of embossing and I think it adds to this card. So I'm going to emboss this. Now, if you haven't done embossing before, it really isn't that complicated. I've chosen my sentiment from Beauty of Friendship and I've chosen Thinking of You. As you can see inside, we've got lots of different stamps and I've chosen the Thinking of You. So what I've done is I put it on a block. I've got some Versamark here and I'm going to stamp this like so. Now, I'll just close this up. At the moment, it's just clear on the brown, but I want it to stand out, so I've got some gold embossing powder. Now, embossing powders come in 3 containers. So in this one here, we've got gold, silver, and copper. And they come in little jars. And what I do with mine is I put them into a plastic container like this. And then I get my powder and I sprinkle it on like that. And then turn it over, tap it. And you can use an embossing buddy to wipe your card down first. Now, you might not see, but I love what the heat gun does to this. So if you just watch this, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to hold it really steady in my hand, and I'm going to emboss it. So because it's got the gold ink on it, you will see it change colour. Just like that. Isn't that wonderful? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this underneath like this. So I could do any fancy way I wanted, but I just want this to look similar to the top one. And I'm just going to put it on like that. So I'm going to use, again, dimensionals, which have disappeared underneath my other card. And I shall put one down there, one over there, one up there, and one there. Now, one of the things is that once you've used all the inside dimensionals, don't throw away the outside, because you can cut this outside into little strips and use those as well on your card. so you're not wasting anything. Now we'll put this on the other card that we're making. So take the backs off and place it on the card like so. Now I am going to add a gilded gem to this. So I've got some here. I'll get my pick and I'm going to just pick that up and put that on like that. And that is my finished card. Isn't it beautiful? And then if I want to, I can move this gold so that it looks like that. And that's my finished card. Very pretty. Open it up and you've got the inside. I hope you've enjoyed looking at this today and that you will end up having a go at making this. I will put the instructions up on my blog at craft.jaeger.net.au and you can follow the instructions. Thank you very much for watching.